What is up?
Hey, Compound.
Let's
What up?
pump this room. Let me get out some invites real quick.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hold on. Let's
Day
get.
after. Thumbs down, really, day after. Come on.
Yeah, hit him with.
Come on, my brother. Don't be a hater out here.
That's what we do in bad take. That's how we start the space by just throwing emojis up, and it gives
Uh,
people something to do while we fill up. That's all he's saying.
so go for it then. I feel
Yeah.
like I have.
He means it in a good
I'm,
way. It's like the nicest.
okay,
It's like a term of endearment. Like,
got it. Got it. Bad take. Bad take. I feel like I have been on bad take for ages because I've sorted out my sleep schedule. So like now I'm not as much of a degen, so I'm not listening in. So I feel like I'm missing out half the time, which is very sad. But we want to do more Queen spaces so that it's like a bit more European friendly and a couple more people can kind of tune in from this side of the world.
yeah, no, a noon space is super crucial because it pulls in a whole different group of listeners. So I think this is dope that you're doing this. But I'm super bearish on good sleep schedules. I don't know why you would go and fix your sleep schedule. Mine's still messed up, so maybe I'm a little jealous.
Yo, mine was so bad. Like I feel like when I came back from Miami, I was just wrecked. Like honestly, like my whole body like didn't know what it was doing. Um, Even after Japan as well, I was pretty fucked. And like I literally did like 2 3 months where like I wasn't sleeping before like 4 a.m., which is like so bad. But I feel like I'm better now. I'm like waking up really early. I woke up today at like 7 a.m., which is insane for me. If you know me, I'm such a degen normally. I'm like not a morning person at all. So that's pretty crazy for me.
I think it's Wayne or somebody else that's over there. I can't think of who it is, but he'll stay up till like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning in like Discord or on the spaces with us, like every night, bro. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, no, I'm just on that California time. I'm like, all right, that's
Literally.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean it is fun to be honest. I'm such like a night person that like I enjoy like I feel like I'm like a genius at 4 a.m., you know. But I feel like society just tells me that I shouldn't really do that. So I'm trying to be better. But hey ho.
You do you feel like you're missing any alpha or missing like things that are going on? You wake up and it's just like, what the fuck happened while I was
Yeah.
sleeping?
This is literally what happens with me every day. I wake up, I look at the fucking bad take group chat, and I've missed 8 copy pastas, 3 inside jokes. Ben's been tweeting you guys. Like I feel like I'm completely lost. But yeah, it's just one of those things. But I like waking up and seeing all the culture kind of happening.
We're trying to plaster clones on the timeline. Like we want people to scroll their timeline and not scroll like more than 2 or 3 posts without seeing some CloneX shit, right? They're gonna hate how much content that the clones are putting out.
No.
Fucking mute us if you don't like to see our shit. No, I'm just kidding.
No, honestly, I loved it last night when the LeBron stuff dropped because I could not scroll down without seeing an artifact post. Like it was just the most electric thing that I've seen in like the longest time. It was like every single post was literally LeBron, 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 LeBron. It was amazing. It felt like old time.
Just coming out of the woodworks, and all of a sudden, Team Artifact. Oh, where were you when we needed you a couple months ago? Now you're Team Artifact. It's convenient.
Yeah, right. And like what's so crazy about this is like it doesn't even like make that much like we know how much it like impacts and like we love it, we love to see it, but like the fact that like the wider kind of web3 market isn't like that impressed, it seems. It's like for fuck's sake, if this happened in 2021 like everyone would have been going insane, like the floor price would have gone up like 50% for like all collections. It's just a bit nuts, like we're in such a
they're
strange time.
they're impressed. They are. There's a lot of dope people that post about it, but you're gonna see a lot of people who either faded or sold the bottom who are bitter, and they're like, oh, they're gonna feel some type of way because they listened to the big influencers who told them clones were going to zero and they sold, and now they feel like bitter about it. So you'll deal with it. I had people going, well, he signed for Nike. He probably should be wearing Nikes. And I said, exactly. Now you get it. Now you get what we see, right? Like, yeah, he signed for Nike for life. Like, it's not a big deal for him to wear artifact shoes. And I go, exactly. Now imagine all the other athletes they have. That's what we're saying, right? I'm not. So
Oh my God,
don't
I'm
worry about anybody
100%.
who feels like they're bitter. It's just because, they don't like to be happy for other people, is all it is, dude.
Yeah, I feel like we're just, like Ben says, we're in these community wars. We just need to be nice to everyone, be welcoming to absolutely everyone. Like, we know that we're like supporting a good project, a project that's like long term. We all see the vision. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, I feel like there's a lot of like kind of high school like immaturity or whatever in the space, but I feel like we all just need to just like level up and just be mature, take the high road, not get into fights with people on the timeline. But Anya, how are you? I can see that you're a speaker. How's things?
Things are good. It's been very busy on the timeline. I'm very exhausted. But it's been really good. It's nice to see things busy. So really yeah, this beard that I now have donned is so itchy. This LeBron James beard movement is really nice, but I'm gonna need some tips on how to manicure and properly care for this legendary thing on my face.
I'm dead with all the edits. I literally love it. It's so funny to me. I should do one for myself. Who's got the beard hookup here?
Oh yeah, you should. Prez actually made me a new one because I had one from September and he cleaned mine up for me and made me a new one. So ask Prez because he's an L as well. She's making some for some people. So yeah, they look you look fantastic with it. You should definitely get one.
Yeah, someone in listening, if you can do me a beard edit, I will rock it as my profile picture for a day, for sure. Koro, what's up? I saw you get.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I
Sorry.
saw you get a little bit owned by Whale with with the joke. Can we speak about this right now? Did you actually fall for it, or?
I actually fell for it. I've been like busy doing other stuff and I don't write about creating content. I just create content. So I didn't really read that one. He got me.
It's fine. It happens to the best of us. I feel like we've all been there. We've all been there. It's fine. You keep creating your content.
In an apology, he should just buy a new clone and that would be a great apology to me.
I would be very happy for Will if he did actually come back into the clone ecosystem and get himself a clone because I do miss his content when he was a clone and he would make all of his like edits and stuff like that. That's so fun. I know he does that a lot now with his Suzuki, but I miss that a bit, and I hope that he comes back into the ecosystem. I think that we were kind of talking in the back end, and I think it would be really healthy for our ecosystem to have thread writers that have been in the community and are respectful in the community and that we can support because we do that for our artists and the people that we have, the creators in our ecosystem. And so that would be really nice to see that we can kind of shout people out and give support to. I know that we have a couple already that we're always seeing on the timeline. Some really good examples of that is we have, I think it's I swear I had just seen it. It was like so Tino always puts out some like really really good ones, like daily edit like renders just generally. But then there's also someone else that I know I see like every day, and I want to say it's Bronzo. They do like daily, just like hey, like good morning, and all that. But yeah, it would be good for us to support internally as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I remember JKB used to put out a lot, so I feel like maybe we should, and he writes
Yes.
really, really good ones as well. So I feel like we should shake him and be like, "Hey, get back on this. We need you to become."
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
empower the let's empower the clones that are already in the ecosystem to write threads and support them rather than hope someone comes back to the ecosystem. I will support JKB for sure. I love
Yeah,
his content.
JKB's got some good content, and I love it. He's so. I wish I was as witty as JKB is. Like I think he is. Like humor is fantastic. So it's just, you pair that with just intellect, and like you could do anything. You could take over the world.
Yeah, I think JKB is a good one as well because he's always been like very like fair, like when like criticism is like necessary, he's like done it, but like in a constructive way. He's also like a holder of Azuki. He's a holder of like other side land and things like that. So he's like quite like across the kind of Web3. So he can kind of have like a very fair input when it comes to like threads and stuff. So I think we should definitely speak to him and empower him on this one. I might message him after this and be like, hey, we were talking about you. I might message him now and be like, get on the stage.
Yeah, do it.
His Legend of the Mara thread went like viral, talking about other side and kind of explained Legend of the Mara to me, right? And the apes were even reposting it. So yeah, JKB is a good one. And then anybody else listening, like if you've ever even wanted to start putting out any kind of content or wanted to try threads or just wanted to try edits, like do it. Just try it. We'll support it. The community got your back. Don't be afraid that you're not some big, huge thread writer. You got to start somewhere, right? I remember
Use
before
ChatGPT.
Well was even a
Just put in some
before Well was
tweets,
even a
pull in
thread
chat.
writer. He was called Fudbay. He used to be called Fudbay, and he started writing threads once he got he changed to a clone PFP in December, and he started writing threads, and he put a lot of work into it. So you literally just got to start, and you got the support. We got you.
For real, for real. Also, Frankie, hi, Ms. Co-host.
Hello.
How are we?
Hey, friends. Sorry I was late. My manager is like, oh, I need to have a 15-minute meeting with you right at 3 o'clock. I'm like, dude, y'all are out here. I have a freaking family vacation. The first vacation I've ever had since I started working at this job, because I have workers paranoia, like a typical American. And basically they're like, oh yeah, I need you to fly to the office next week. And I was like, I'm going to be at the beach, but I'm not off because I'm afraid to take off. But I am going to be at the beach. And so I'm even bringing my friend, and they were cool about it, but I was like, you guys have me pressed. So I'm literally leaving at 6 a.m. on Friday to shoot some like little content or whatever for my job all Friday, and then flying back to Atlanta. It's like a 24-hour trip, and they're pulling me from the ocean water, but I'm good.
That sounds extremely hectic. I feel like a spa weekend is needed right after that, because how are you going to be somewhere for less than 24 hours? I just cannot. That was literally going to be me flying to Japan after I saw that the pill was in the mint machine. I was like, how do I get to Japan and fly in for 24 hours and then fly back? I'm really excited, actually. I'm going on holiday. I want to hear about everyone's plans for the summer. I want to hear about like plans for meetups. I feel like we need to get this going again, because this time last year we were planning so many meetups, like even in London. Like I had like my clone birthday party. I'm not doing it this year. I should really organize something in London, but like let's get people speaking about like what we've got coming up, because I feel like we should plan lots of fun like community events in the summer, to kind of get things going again, you know.
Wait, weren't you, me, and Yob supposed to do a joint birthday party because we're all like May 26th, May 27th? Because I think that's the real alpha.
That is very true. Oh my god, should we do another online birthday party? We did that last year, didn't we?
Yeah, we did that last year. That was really fun too. So we should do that and just celebrate like the first half of the birthday, like year birthdays. And then like end of the year will be the second half. Just two very big birthday bashes. It sounds fantastic.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, I'm going to plan a little on cyber birthday party for the end of this month. I will put out some details and we'll talk to Yobs. Also, Artifact is a listener. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Also, hey to Ava, and also spread love, kindness.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm finally relaxed. I had a hectic Met Gala, red carpet, the whole Met Gala thing. It's wonderful, but it's so time consuming. Um, and yeah, I'm just glad to be here. Haven't been in a space with you guys in a long time. You guys have always so much great energy and fun. And I'm actually probably very soon going to be launching my new Web3 venture. And I know Frankie, it's your birthday at the end of the month, right?
Yes, it's me, Fawn, and Yobs, and fake alts. We're all like May 26th, May 27th.
Oh wow. Well, I don't think I could do it for Fawn because she's in London, um, and it's going to take a lot to ship it to her. But I am starting to make these GM coffee mugs. Don't know if you saw them, and pretty much it's GM on one side and your clone on the other side, designed on the coffee mug with like different colors and whatnot. So I'd love to get you your clone as your birthday present out to you.
You're the best. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Thank you.
I'll text you or hit you up in the DMs and we'll make it happen. It's because a lot of people forget this space is not about shitcoins. It's not about pumping floor prices. The people are the alpha, and meeting people IRL and making amazing connections. That's really what Web3 is all about. And the more that we can do physical utility, the more that we can keep making people the alpha, the more we're going to get towards mass adoption. So, yeah.
I forgot to mention that my birthday is also towards the end of this month, and I'd be very happy to test a mug for you.
Wait, was that Anya?
Yes.
Where do you live, by the way?
I'm in the States. I'm actually in Utah.
Okay, fine. So I'm going to do one for Frankie and one for Anya.
No, okay, this is not fair because this is literally like Crypto Kitty
Fawn-
in real life.
Fawn's
again.
like,
Okay,
Fawn's
I want to
like-
hub mine. Can I hub mine?
Wait, hold on.
in the
We could use the Queen's fund, and we will ship it to Fawn. It'll be on us. We'll take care of the fund.
Well, I'm coming to the US kind of soon.
Oh wait, Fawn, are you coming to the US?
Yeah, I'm gonna come for the Yuzuki event, but I'm trying to plan it so that I will be in LA to see my West Coast peoples, my West Coast friends.
If you have a friend that you trust on the West Coast and you get her address, then all the co-hosts today will get their artifacts on their own GM coffee mugs, and that's going to be my birthday treat to all of you.
Do you ship to Canada?
Let's go.
It was actually my birthday some day ago.
Okay. Everybody else calm down. It's just for the co-hosts, and I'll tell you why. These ladies are always out there spending their time doing spaces, doing so much for the artifact community, and I just wanted to do something to give back and show them love, and that's what it's about.
That is, we are. I'm gonna speak for us as a whole here, but we are very grateful for you. That's awesome. Thank you very much. That's really kind.
You're very welcome. What would my name, Spread Love and Kindness, be without spreading love and kindness? Obviously. You can go, by the way, you could go follow my account. It's at GM Coffee Mugs. If you want to check it out. But I will be hitting each of you up in the DMs and getting all the necessary information to get these amazing mugs to you guys, and I think you're just gonna love them. So,
Thank you very much.
Love that for us. Thank you. And
GM in the DMs.
Yeah,
Thank
you got to DM us with the mug.
GM in the DMs. You guys are hilarious. Now, quickly, if we're talking about Artifact, did you guys see um, the King LeBron wearing his Artifact sneakers last night at the Lake game?
Oh,
We
did we ever?
did.
That all the sports were top of our mind last night. You know, in whatever in whatever realm LeBron James exists, if it's golf, if it's skiing, you know, we support him. He is officially our king. Our the king has come to be the king here. So we love it. We love LeBron.
Well, unfortunately I don't think there was anybody repping Artifact at the Met Gala, but maybe if I have a chat with Anna, um, we can get her own Artifact pair of Artifact sneakers, and maybe we could change that for next year. Although I don't think she's gonna wear that on the red carpet, but
Yeah.
never hurts to try.
Yeah, some part of me tells me that she's not gonna do that. But what I loved was that Alexis was on the red carpet showing off his Coda stuff, which was super cool. He was wearing like Gucci Coda like
Yes,
cufflinks and things like that.
he was wearing custom Gucci, and he had a lot of the Coda on there, and I think it's great that some of this NFT Web3 is starting to seep in and um, become hopefully more mainstream, and more adoption, of course. I am actually in the, if I'll share a little bit of alpha here, but I am actually in the early stages of building Web3 Fashion Week, which would be a fashion week that would be democratized, and it would be token gated through the blockchain. And so Frankie, Anya, and her girlfriends could go to an actual fashion show and enjoy themselves. And I think being able to use the blockchain to open up Fashion Week to the everyday consumer could be an amazing opportunity to showcase blockchain technology and what Web3 can really be all about. So
I love that. That's so cool. Keep us updated with all of that.
you got it. I don't want to take up any more time on the space, so I'm gonna leave it to you guys. But I'll stay up here. But you guys talk about Artifact and how amazing this community is. So
Artifact is amazing. This community is amazing. It really is, though. Thank you so much, Love and Kindness. You're the GOAT. Did we welcome up Sir Snapback or no?
Yes, you just did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We love you, Snap. Thank you for coming
Nah,
up.
I love you guys too, man. I just woke up. It's like 11:30 or just 12:30 now, but I woke up like 11:30 a.m., which, I'm usually up at 6 a.m. Shuffling kids out the door, but I'm still recovering from Tokyo, Fawn, because I did basically what you said you weren't going to do. Like, I flew out. I actually had a shoot in LA on Thursday. So I woke up, I filmed all day, and then went straight from my shoot to the airport, landed, and then basically headed straight to the Tech Scout. And then I landed the day of the community party. So I landed, Tech Scout, community party. Then the next day was Artifact event, Murakami party. Then the next day I flew back. So it was literally like 2 days. I was there for 2.5 days, basically. And I landed at 3:30 in the morning, like Tokyo time. So it was that first day was a long day. But yeah, so I've been sleeping it off this morning. I slept a good 12 hours or so last night trying to recover. And then super shout out to my wife for taking all the kids to school this morning, as she did when I was gone as well, so that I could get a little bit of sleep. So I'm super grateful for that.
I feel like
Oh my god.
I feel like you needed your own production show so we could see everything that you were doing in Tokyo. Like, I know that you were behind the scenes making all the magic happen, but like I just wanted to see a whole film crew dedicated to you and like the million things you were doing all at once.
Maybe one day, man. I did because I will say Merrill was running around getting a lot of dope behind the scenes photography. So I am excited to see some of the pictures he was snapping, because he was running around snapping photos of everything. And then I will also say that I was exhausted, so I didn't film as much as I wanted to. But Jace suggested to me, our friend Jace Bennett suggested to me to, like, you know, we do our family YouTube show where we go around and we cover stuff, but he was like, you do so much Web3 stuff, you should branch off and do like an adventures in Web3 like type of series and focus on that. So like I had the inspiration to like do that on this trip, and I started it. I didn't do the best job, but I did do some filming, some behind the scenes filming. It's not a lot, not as much as I would like to, but I did do a little bit, so I might have a little something coming out. But I'll take that whole film crew in the next in the next, you know, decade. They can do the work for me, and I could just focus on the production. So but yeah, no, there will be a little something coming out. So I actually was able to, I landed at 3:30 a.m., went to check into my hotel, and they said, you can't, if you want to check in before noon, you have to pay for another day. And I was like, I'm Titanium Elite. Can I get in early? And he was like, nope, you got to wait till noon. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to go explore Tokyo. So I went to like an ancient Buddhist temple and the Tokyo Sky Tree and did all that before going to the Tech Scout. And I did film all that stuff. So I can't just sit still. I don't know what's wrong with me, but yeah, so it was a busy weekend. But my man, Spread Love and Kindness, is hit the nail on the head, man. The human connections, the people, that is the real alpha. That's where it's all at. That's, you know, when I went to my first Artifact IRL event, which was the Gagosian, I was so nervous. Like I did it and I booked it, and then like the day before, I'm thinking like, all right, I'm a grown man about to fly across the country, and I don't know anybody at all. I'm gonna have to just like walk up to people and be like, "Hi, I'm Sir Snapback." And like it's so awkward, and I just felt like I was nervous about it. And I met so many cool people on that trip and made so many relationships. And you know, just standing in line, chatting with people at the events, everybody was so nice. I mean, bonds that I still have till today. And since then, I really haven't missed a single event, because it's just it really is the most magical part of this space. So I would encourage everybody, if there's something local that you could get to or even remotely close to in the area. For the CloneX Utah meetup, I drove a car full of 5 kids like 12 hours or something overnight to get there. So it was worth it, though. It was totally worth it.
Now dish the dirt. I want like the real, what happened in Tokyo? What happened at the party? What did you see? Dish it all. I need it now.
Well, I could tell you one highlight was at the after party, the after party for the Artifact party. Murakami was the king of the dance floor. My man was on the dance floor the entire night, grooving, like dance. He started doing bird calls, like "Cuckoo, cuckoo!" Like he was like, I was dying laughing because he was so turned up. He wasn't like you know, acting like drunk or anything. He was just happy, like he was just happy, having a good time. And he had me just dying because he was just dancing the whole time. Like he was the life of the party. He might have been the oldest person there, and I swear to you, he had the most energy of anybody at that party. He was moving and grooving, and he took 1 trillion pictures. Took pictures with everybody. Was never frustrated at all, was never, you know, was just, he was just so kind. And so that was definitely a highlight for me. Like I went to the Gagosian party and he was dancing there too, but he was like really high up on like a lift or something, like you know, like kind of overlooking the crowd. Here he was like in the middle of the crowd, and he got the dance floor popping. Like he was up there first. He was up there by himself, and he wasn't just standing there, like he was dancing, like really dancing, singing the songs. And then more and more people started getting up there eventually, to where everybody was up there. The dance floor was packed, and he was still up there dancing, taking songs, taking pictures. So that was definitely a highlight for me, of the event. And then the actual event, the Artifact event, it was huge. It was so massive. It was so big. It was a ginormous space. And to see like so many people, there were so many people there from both the Murakami side and the Artifact side. Everybody was just honestly in awe at the pictures. The shoes, you know, everybody was in awe at all the shoes. And then they had that really cool like 3D box where they had a guy in a motion capture suit and standing behind a curtain with a camera that could see you. So when you walked up to the box, like the clone would like interact with you. Like if you waved to the clone would wave back, and if you danced, the clone would dance, or if you would do something, the clone would copy it. And like little kids were doing it. They absolutely loved it. Everybody loved that. It was super cool. And then of course, the mint machine was like, you know, everybody was trying to hit on that mint machine all day long. So, and then I would say the CloneX community party, man, it was open bar, open food. They had a ton of food. I wasn't sure if they were going to have food. So like I ate right before I walked in there, and I was bummed because they had so much food. The CloneX, I want to say it's Taiwan. CloneX Taiwan came through with some like crazy like replica Genesis dunks and like monoliths, and like my man pressed a button and the shoe literally lifted out of the monolith with like smoke coming out of it. Like it was wild. And then like Merrill had a bunch of his CloneX Tokyo Happy jackets that were on display that were super sick. And then it was, I don't remember to be exact. Maybe Dre will remember more than me, but I think it was Zap and Ben's birthday recently. Do you remember whose it was, Dre? That was around then. Zap and Ben. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had. Go ahead.
Oh no, you got it. You're right.
But I was gonna say they had birthday cakes, like custom artifact birthday cakes made for both Zap and Ben, with like confetti to be popped and all this stuff. And they ended up not being able to make it to the event that night, but we still sung them happy birthday. We tried to FaceTime them. We ate a lot of cake. So it was, it was a lot. It was a fun filled weekend, and every event was very successful, very well done, very well executed, and I had the time of my life. So, and that was just the like official artifact stuff. I know, like Dre, you guys got to go to dinner like that day that I flew out. Everybody got to go to dinner and connect. I'm really sad that I missed that. And there was a bunch of people like, I know Dre got showed. Dre had Dre could tell you about his experience. I know Maryland, like Cam and him, they got to see a lot of the city and got to do a lot. So it was a lot of cool stuff going on.
If Murakami does it, I'm gonna do it on the dance floor. Like
I was crying laughing because it was like later in the night, like it was like maybe after midnight. We got there at 10, like about 12:30. He started doing bird calls, and I was like, "Was that Murakami?" And he did it. He did it more than a few, and I was crying laughing. My man was turned up. It was so entertaining. It was so awesome.
We're all gonna need our own bird calls now. Mine's gonna be like or something. I don't know, but we got to be prepared. If we know that's how Murakami's gonna throw it down, we gotta be ready.
So fun fact, I actually have a bird call that I've done ever since junior high, and anybody who knows me knows it. All my kids know it because it's the number one way I call them. Like when I pick my kids up from the gym, when I pick them up from school, anytime they're anywhere and I can't find them, I do my bird call, because yelling, "Hey, Maverick!" at Disneyland, like nobody hears that, but I go, "Do-do-do, do-do-do." That's my bird call. And I do it all the time, like all the time. Like anybody who knows me, if they hear that, they know that I'm close by and they turn around and they look for me. So see that Murakami had his own bird call. I was like, okay, all right. I'm in good company here. I'm in good company.
I'm obsessed with that.
I do want to welcome Dre to the stage, but first you're going to have to give us your bird call.
A bird call? I'm in the middle of a restaurant eating with my family. You want me to do a bird call? Right? I'm down. I think my bird call would be like, everybody looking at me. Yeah, I just literally got off the plane, man. I'm just literally got into LA and linked up with the family, grabbing some food. But Snap got the review on point, everything that happened. But Murakami, he was doing more than just bird call. He was like literally like screaming on the dance floor. It was that goat meme. Anybody seen that goat or that beaver that's standing on the fence or something and then just starts screaming? That's how it was. Like he was standing around dancing and he just starts screaming out of nowhere. It's absolutely hilarious.
I've been trying to find the video of him and Nikhil on the dance floor.
What's that?
Who
Toby.
has got that?
Check Toby's
Oh
Instagram.
my God. It absolutely killed me. Like, I'm going to try and find it and pin it. Or if anyone knows where it is, pin it in the comments. It's so good.
Nikhil was getting it, man. Everybody's out there was having a good time. You could tell that they had built up to that point and they finally were able to just release and relax and do whatever they wanted to do and have a good time and let it load off. Like, it was a huge ordeal to get everything together, and they finally made it past it, and it was just time to kick it. So even Nikhil was up there cutting up rug, man. I was weak. It was out, but I had to bounce out early for real because it was last. I didn't want to miss the train, and if you miss the last train, then you stuck out there until the next one in the morning, which is like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. So I bounced out before I could do that, and I almost missed it. But yeah, it was a great time, man. It was a really dope experience, to be honest.
It's
Sounds
incredible you were
mad
able to be
litty.
out
I
there,
have
the
a
both of
video of
you.
Murakami dancing to A$AP Ferg from the Gagosian party, and I thought that was hard, but I feel like he really is just a man. Like, I can't explain it.
But he was dancing to like 70s disco song, Japanese disco song.
Is
It
Dre?
was crazy.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Is Dre rugging for anyone else, or is Elon rugging for Dre?
A little bit.
A little
It
bit.
might be my janky earbuds. Hold on.
Guys,
I will say, Drake, when I was in Tokyo the last time, my wife couldn't find me. She was in line for like the Atlantis submarine ride, and I was trying to catch up to her. And she was doing my bird call, and she said everybody is looking at me like I lost my mind. Like all.
I think I'm getting hard rugged.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry.
Same.
Elon, why? Why do you do this to us? Anyways, though, Dre, if you use Bluetooth headphones, I'm gonna say this one time. You guys need to stop using Bluetooth headphones. The EMF radiation is off the charts. It's off the chains. If you literally think about it, you have a Bluetooth signal going from the left side of your ear through your brain into the right side of your ear. Even opening up an AirPod case and emanates EMF frequencies at like 400 to 600. Like, it's not a joke. I'm done.
Wait, I'm gonna see.
Frankie, I hear you, but I'm already half human, half robot, so that doesn't pertain to me right now, so I'm good.
Yo,
We
I've
just want to
totally-
welcome our technology overlords like a little bit faster.
Y'all do
Is all
you.
we'll-
Whoever wants to accept the message, accept. Whoever wants to reject, reject. I'm good either way, my brothers and sisters.
Frankie she been knee deep in these rabbit holes for the last couple of weeks. I've been seeing the tweets. But no, to answer your question, I'm using my janky wired air or I don't even know, Apple Pod, whatever the earphones that you get. I'm using those because of the same exact reason. I understand that, and I know the correct information, but I know you've been diving into these rabbit holes, boy, because you've been firing them off consistently. But I'm here for it, yo. Keep it coming.
I've been a rabbit hole. I just finally started speaking my mind a bit. But you already know I've been a rabbit hole. Anyways, back to Artifact. Don't even get me started, Dre.
I know, Ray. Don't get us started, bro, because we be firing back and forth like Jadakiss and Styles P. Don't do that.
For real, I haven't used my AirPods since Frankie has been saying this shit. I'm just too scared to use them now. I've had enough fucking radiation to cover any any amount of fucking radiation that an earbud would give me, but still it freaks me out. Thanks, Frankie. Anyway, I'm eating one of my Subway cookies. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet the other day. I ordered 12 Subway cookies and only ate 2 on the day.
Subway cookies sound great, but I'm here for the real alpha. Do you like Nutella?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so Nutella just released. It just came out 2 weeks ago. Nutella biscuits. They're like cookies, and when you bite in, the Nutella is on the inside.
Damn.
Don't know if that helps anybody, but it helps me a lot. So, just figured I'd share.
Just knowing that exists makes my life better. You know, I find it.
I don't know if it's in the UK yet, Fawn. Like everything, you get to miss out, unfortunately. But at least you're gonna have a coronation, I guess, in a couple of days, right? We don't have that here, so I guess you win on that one, right?
Bro, you can have the coronation. We don't want it either.
You know, they were talking about the quiche. The quiche as the big thing for the coronation, and everyone's like, who cares about the quiche? Who cares about the coronation? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter to me either, but Nutella biscuits, that's the alpha, everybody. Just saying. Oh, and Fawn, make sure you follow me, because I don't think you do. And Yeah, Nutella biscuits. That's all.
My bad. I just followed you. But yes, Alpha. Quiche. I like a quiche. I don't know if do you have that in America? I don't know if that's like a British thing. I feel like it's a very British thing. Nice.
I'll let Frankie answer that.
Hello. Yes, we do have quiche in the United States of America. No, I'm just kidding. No, we do have quiche. I mean, I'm not like busting down quiche in the kitchen, but like I'm sure a lot of people do, you know?
Dre, you bring some snacks back from Japan, bro? That's the real alpha. How much snacks did you bring back from Japan?
All the snacks, bro.
I'm gonna make a post today, bro.
All the snacks. Trey.
I brought all.
Trey had like an extra suitcase.
Legit.
Trey had it.
I went to.
Dre, we're gonna need you to do a video of sign language and also interpreted by AI because you're rugging so hard.
Am I better now?
Yeah, you good now.
Yeah.
You good now?
I went to the tax-free duty station inside the airport and bought some yakutas. Bought hella snacks. I got my son some Dragon Ball toy. Well, I guess we kind of gonna share the toys, but don't tell him. I got my daughter some Pokemon stuff. All types of crazy stuff. So I didn't get any of those bananas, man, because I was afraid that nobody would eat them and they would go bad. And every time I saw them, I would think of Snap, like, damn, Snap told me this was the alpha, bro. Get the bananas. And I kind of slept on the bananas, but I got some other stuff. I got some good stuff. I went to I hit up 7-Eleven on the way out. I was doing all types of stuff because my daughter, she watches a lot of YouTube where they do like those sample things where they'll just eat some random stuff. And they usually don't even eat it all. They just want to like taste it and move on to the next thing. So I got her man things that she can taste to move on to the next thing. And then I can eat them or give them away or whatever.
Yo, what's the banana thing? Like, I need to know.
Oh, bro, that's an adult thing.
That's why my hand was up. I need to know that too.
It's an adult thing. I don't think it's for this time and space. Let's move on to the next thing.
Nah, Tokyo banana is like one of the most famous. So in Japan, like I would say the most popular souvenirs are snacks. Like when you go to Disneyland, I shit you not, when the park opens, it's like a mad rush to the snack shop, and they just in there like supermarket sweep, just getting all like that's what they have a whole giant, like at Disneyland, they have a whole giant store just full of snack souvenirs, and they're like in these commemorative tins, and then inside each one's like immaculately individually packaged. So snacks are the alpha if you go to Japan. This was my 4th trip, and so every time I go, I bring tons of snacks back. But probably the most popular like souvenir snack to bring back is Tokyo bananas, and they're essentially kind of like a Twinkie, but with banana inside, but real banana. So like they don't last. Like I think the pack I got, they last like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after you get back. But they have a whole empire. Like I got Tokyo banana, I got Pokemon Tokyo bananas this trip. Last trip I got Doraemon Tokyo bananas. Then they have like Tokyo banana cheesecake, which I got, which is delicious. They have Tokyo banana cookies. They have like all this stuff. But their main like the mainstay, like it's called Tokyo banana, and it's like a Twinkie, like, but not as artificial. It's like a lot more, like I said, it's not as artificial cake as a Twinkie, but it's like a spongy kind of cake with like real banana, not like a piece of banana, but like a banana, I don't know, somewhere between a mix between like banana pudding and a real banana in the inside. Anyways, they're everything. My mom, I got like 3 requests when I was going back, like, yo, bring me back some more Tokyo bananas since you're going back. So I came back with a couple things, but same thing, Dre, I had all those. Remember I told you I already had 12 suitcases. Like I had a billion cases already, and I ended up getting 2 giant bags from duty free, and I'm like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get from the airplane shuttle to my car with all of this stuff, because I actually brought back a bag full of drinks, bro. This time I brought, liquid is heavy. I brought a bunch of milk teas and Pocari sweats. I had to bring a gang of Pocari sweats back for the wife, because she was like, man, I just want some milk tea and some Pocari sweat. So I was like, all right, I got you. So I didn't think to do that. This was the first trip I ever brought drinks back, but they were heavy as hell, bro. Those drinks were so heavy. But yeah, I brought back 2 full bags from duty free this time. I'm gonna post a picture. I'm gonna throw a picture in the
Yo,
comments
sir,
right now.
Sir Snapback, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How many vending machines are there? I heard it's like the country of vending machines.
Oh yeah, it's vending machines everywhere, and you could buy anything out of a vending machine, bro. You could buy hot curry out of a vending machine. You could buy a PlayStation out of a vending machine. But there's vending machines, I would say every 10 steps, bro, on every block, everywhere you go, whether you're like just in the city or whether you're like in a store, in the mall, in McDonald's, like it doesn't matter where you are, there are vending machines. And 9 out of 10, they're mostly drinks. A lot of them are drinks, all the different drinks that you can get anywhere. But like I said, you can order hot food out of a vending machine. You can get electronics out of a vending machine. I mean, they have everything. But what's crazy is there's vending machines everywhere, but there's no trash cans anywhere. Like if you don't throw your food in your can in the trash right where you get it from, which is unless you get it from a vending machine, because there's no trash cans anywhere in Japan. But the crazy part is there's also no trash. Like it's the cleanest place on the planet Earth. And I remember the first time my mind just being blown. Like how is there no trash? But there's no trash cans. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like what do people do with their trash? And my man told me they put it in their pocket till they get home. I said, "What? What? How nice are these? They what? They put it in their pocket until they get back to work or home, and it is the cleanest place ever. No trash cans exist, but a billion vending machines.
I will tell you that that is correct. It is one of the cleanest places ever. And if I'm correct, when Team Japan came for the Olympics, after they lost, no joke, Team Japan actually went into the stands and cleaned up the stands to showcase their cleanliness. I was just like, wow, these people really like to be clean, or it's just a country full of OCD people. But anyway,
And
great job.
I think they're super considerate, man. They're just super. They like to be clean, but I think they're just very, very considerate of others. That's what it is. They're just so considerate. I dropped a picture in the comments of all the snacks I brought back. If you guys want to check it out, but yeah, man, they're so considerate. They're so kind and considerate of other people. It's just not a individual mentality. It's just like it's not about me there. It's about the group. Everything's about the group and about others and about other people. And that's one thing I absolutely love about Japan.
And they take pride in what they do, no matter what it is that they do. 110%. Like I went to McDonald's for the first time in over 10 years when I was there, and the McDonald's workers took pride in what they were doing. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not something that you necessarily see when you go to like a fast food establishment here in the States. Like they just want you to hurry up and get up out of there, right? But they was so thoughtful and extra careful for how they execute things. It's an amazing thing. And Snap is right about the trash, man. I had trash in my pocket the entire trip, like Oscar the Grouch.
Looking for a trash can, huh, bro? I'm looking, scouting, looking everywhere. Like, where's the trash can? Where's the trash, bro? You will not find one. Nowhere.
God, we experienced that as well when we went to Japan. I was like, it's mad to me. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't, like, it's such a clean place. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just have like a couple more around, but there really isn't. There was like a lot of times where like we had like a lot of trash and we really had to like put it in our handbags and like it was very, very inconvenient. But I mean, I love that. Yeah, you're so right about like the kind of like mentality or whatever. It's so different. I feel like in the Far East or whatever, it's so, I mean, even in like just general in Asia, it's like very much like a group kind of mentality, whereas like we in the West are like very like individualistic. Like it's crazy how different it is. Welcome, JKB. We were talking about you earlier. How are you?
Oh, I I hope it was all positive. I'm doing great. My my ears are, are burning, I guess.
Well, it
Uh,
is kind of like a, dish the dirt space. So you can just imagine all of the dirt we had to discuss. So that's
I am as clean as a Japanese stadium, so I don't know what dirt you're talking about.
You got to
I
drop
believe
some
it.
dirt now that you're here.
Yeah, yeah, it was all lies, whatever they said before. But a little dirt never killed anybody. You don't want to be too clean. But, uh, but yeah, I could relate to a lot of the. I wasn't there for this Japan experience, sadly, but a lot of the cleanliness, a little alpha is I've learned when I was leaving Japan is that the trash cans are located, I think, right inside 7-Elevens. So every time you see a 7-Eleven, there's a trash can there somewhere nearby. So that's the move instead of your pockets. Um, I was with Randy, and we were like in some underground streetwear, like they just had like Louis Air Force Ones and like crazy sneakers and everything like that. And we just both had gotten like this weird street Japanese pound cake that was like One, he got two because the picture was really small, but it was like the size of your head. So we had these two giant loaves of like sweet pound cake, and we're like eating it. We're like, oh, we got to throw this away somewhere. And so he ended up just like handing it to these like guys running this store. They're selling like Louis Vuitton and stuff like that. He's like, can you take this? They're like, yes, yes. And they just took it to the back. I was like, I don't think we're supposed to do that, but they're really nice and took it anyways.
That's so funny. I don't. What day was that? Like, what when we were there?
You know, it was just us two exploring before we met up with you, and we just went to the. He was literally like trying on a Louis jacket. He's like, "Ooh, I kind of like this." Like, can you hold this while I try this on? I was like, "You're really just handing this guy trash because you can't buy a trash can to try on this jacket." It's a very randy experience. And on the vending machines, you're talking about vending machines everywhere. That's very true. And I was laughing because there's a vending machine for everything that you can imagine, much more than drinks. So just take that dirt wherever you want to take it.
Hey,
JKB. Wow. I have a quick question. How do you feel like I don't speak any languages? I'm literally just an English woman, but not like traditional English woman. That'd be way cooler. I'm an American. Do you feel like you can function around there with only speaking English, or it's kind of like better to be in a group or knowing people? Like, how does that go?
It's always better to be in a group or to know someone that speaks Japanese, but like honestly, it's not an issue at all. I've went into like 100 Ubers and taxis, and it literally everyone's just super because everyone's super considerate. I think other countries you'll run into that issue where people are just like stupid American, like I'm not gonna meet you halfway. Where in Japan it feels like they meet you 95%. Like you don't have to put in effort. Like I literally just get into the taxi by like day two, put the address on my phone and like hand it to them. They look at it and then they'll like nod and like say something really nice and just go there. And it was kind of very simple. And a lot of the menus have like some English on there, and if they don't, there's the Google app I think has like this crazy translator where you can just literally take a picture and it'll translate the entire menu. So honestly, everyone is just so considerate that even you don't have to speak a word of Japanese to be able to like have a good time. It doesn't really hold you back.
Google Translate is the move. That's what I was gonna say. Google Translate now, like I would be standing there with people. I have my phone, they have their phone. I type it in, show it to them, then they type it in. We're like talking via our phones, just handing them back and forth. And yeah, being able to translate the pictures, you could just take a picture on Google Translate and it'll like translate the picture. But the cool thing about in Japan is every food place has like 3D models of the food in the window, so you could like see like a 3D render of your food before you buy it. So that's the other cool thing too that helps with that.
Also, I want to say that like Japan is super like efficient, right? All of their systems, like the way that their country is like built is just like so efficient. So like even when it comes to like taking public transport and stuff, like I feel like some places are a little bit confusing, like having traveled to like different cities before, like sometimes like the subway systems or whatever can be like confusing. Like I feel like Japan is so like clean, like almost like their branding for the country is like amazing. So I feel like in that way, like being able to like get a train or like the subway or like any kind of public transport is like pretty easy, and like it's like easy enough to kind of work out because they've like done it so efficiently and so like beautifully.
Yeah,
I agree.
to add on to that, like I've taken like taken the L train in Chicago, the subway in New York. I went to Rome and Paris and took the subway everywhere around there. Venice, I took the boats. Japan has the most complicated subway system. Like there's entire metropolises under the city. I mean, these subway stations are cities with a million restaurants and a million trains and a million lines, but everything is color coded, everything has a shape, everything has a number, there's a million signs. And so like I found it's what sometimes it's overwhelming because there's just so much. But if you just look for, like she said, there's a system. Like there's literally like everyone will have like a blue triangle or a little bird symbol or like there's everything is color coded and numbered, and so they make it super easy. I agree that it's probably one of the easier places to get around on the subway, even though it is the biggest subway system I've ever experienced in real life. It's massive.
On the efficiency, can someone explain this? Because I thought and still think it's black magic, but we had sushi at like a conveyor belt place, and every like different dish had different colored plates for a different price, which was like cool. So like at the end of it, like four people, they stacked up like 20 plates or whatever. And I'm thinking they're just gonna like do the math of like, all right, there's four red plates, there's two white plates. This lady whipped out some like calculator scanner looking thing that looked like it was from 1998. She scanned the plates like in 2 seconds, and it had the fucking total of the food. And I don't know if there's an RFID chip in these plates or like my mind was blown because I was like, looks like she's had this thing for 20 years, and this thing looks like it's 20 years in the future. I'm lost.
Yeah, that was fucking mental. Like it would really like scanned it within like half a second. The total was there. Like I don't understand like how it worked. So if anyone knows how these kind of things work, you need to tell us, because we sat there for a good like 10 minutes being like, what the fuck just happened?
I was holding the plate like a monkey in what's it called, the with the monolith of the Space Odyssey. I was like looking like, what is this tool? What is this? I was like bending it, turning it upside down, just like lost, like a primate, like a caveman. Like anybody can explain that, or I'm just gonna have to live with this forever.
I have no idea, bro. I saw some. I've seen the craziest technologies when I was out there too, like especially at Disneyland and Universal and stuff. And they definitely got some sorcery out there, bro. They're way ahead of us, technology wise, like way ahead of us.
Did you go to the Universal? You know, the Mario Kart world?
Yeah, I went to. I'm actually editing the Universal episode today. It should drop tomorrow. And so we went to Universal, and we have season passes at Universal here in America. So we went to Universal first. It's in Osaka. We went to it before we went to Disneyland. And like I'm thinking, like, because here, Universal is kind of second to Disney. It's like it's not exactly Disneyland. It's like whatever. It's really cool, but it's maybe a step under Disney. So I wasn't expecting too much. Oh my God. First of all, we went during spring break. I've never seen so many people at a theme park in my life. We got there an hour before park opened, and it looked like Disneyland on Christmas. These people were running, screaming to the place. It was shoulder to shoulder. I was so overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God. But their Universal is as big as if you were to take our Disneyland and our California Adventure and our Magic Mountain and our Knott's Berry Farm and put them all together. That's how big their Universal is there. And it has all these properties that we don't have here. Like they have a Spider-Man. They have a New York, and then they have like a Spider-Man. They have Spider-Man there. They have Pokemon there. They have Doraemon there. They have Demon Slayer there. Not to mention like the normal like Jurassic Park and like Jaws, for instance. Jaws. There's a whole Jaws land. It's not just a ride. Like there's an entire Ellis Island land there for Minions. It's not just a ride. There's an entire Minions land. There's an entire Fisherman's Wharf. Like there's an entire Beverly Hills. Like it's so massive, and it's so well done, and there's so many snacks and foods. Like I would say it's got to be like a 3-day park. We were there from before open till close, and I feel like we maybe were able to do 30% of what was available to do. We didn't ride a lot of stuff that we've already ridden because there's a lot of stuff that we have back home. So like we skipped the Harry Potter rides because they're very similar, but we did go to Harry Potter Land. That was pretty similar, but just as a whole, it blew the same thing. Like we're talking, the way they do theme parks, it puts our theme parks to shame. Like I told like in the episode, I was like, I'm moving to Universal Studios, not to Japan, but I'm gonna move inside of this theme park because And the other thing is like I've never been smiled at and waved to so many times in my life. You can't take 3 steps without somebody smiling at you and waving at you and saying hi and telling you your shirt is cute or your hat is cute, just making you feel good as a human being. Like, oh, your shirt is so cool. That's so cool. Like they're just so freaking nice. Like, I mean, nonstop. Everybody is smiling and waving. I felt like a cheerleader by the time I was done. My whole mouth hurt just from smiling to everybody. So Universal, if you can get to Universal, it's a bit far from Tokyo. It was a couple hour, like a 4 or 5 hour train ride to Tokyo. We went to Osaka first. Osaka was nice. It was more laid back, but Universal Studios blew my mind. I think that if I had to, I think most people would probably like the Universal Studios more than Disneyland, believe it or not. And that's coming from the king of Disney, so take that to heart.
I love that. That'll be really helpful information, I'm sure, for many of us who are like, I gotta go there, gotta get the experience of the
Sounds lit.
best
Sounds
things.
like I gotta get out there. Sounds like I'm missing out. I got FOMO.
Universal has alcohol too, which you can't really get at Disney. Disney Sea you can, but Disneyland you can't. And then I will say Disneyland is almost exactly the same as California, just way bigger, way better, way prettier. Every light works. Like everything here is all broke down all the time and run down and not well maintained. Like there's an immaculate condition and everything's just like bigger and better, but it's pretty much the exact same park. But Disney Sea, if you could get a chance to go to Disney Sea is it's a totally new park. Like it's like Disneyland and then Disney Sea, like the ocean. And there's all new rides, all new themes, all new everything. But like, if you imagine, if you've been inside a Star Wars land or Cars land and you know how detailed and themed that land is, that's how every single land at Disney Sea is. Every single park, every single area is that themed out. So it's like insane. The theming wise, Disney Sea blows it out of the water. But just as far as pure entertainment, Universal's where it's at.
For real, when we went, like, I think we spent like probably like most of the day there, but like I think we did maybe 15-20% of the park. Like, it was so crazy. It was huge, but so much fun. But even like the tech there was so crazy, and like the little like wristbands, where like in Mario World where you like collect points on the wristbands, like that's so crazy to me.
Yeah, we had the bands and Alpha, the bands from the US work in Japan for Universal, for Mario Land, not for Disney. We took our Disney bands and our Universal bands, and the Universal bands, the Mario bands from California work at the Mario Land in Tokyo. So that was really cool. But yeah, the Tokyo Mario is way, way, way bigger than our Mario. Way more food, way more rides, popcorn. That's the thing out there. They love their popcorn, bro. They got like Disneyland had like 13 flavors of popcorn, and the popcorn costs like $3, by the way. $3 for a popcorn, whereas here it'd be like $13. But like at Universal, they have an extra ride, the Yoshi ride. It's way bigger, way more space, way more to do, way better done. We spent a good chunk of our Universal day inside of Mario Land for sure. Oh, but Fawn, did anybody see in Tokyo? So you can do a real live Mario Kart. Like if you're walking around the streets of Tokyo, like by Harajuku, there are people driving in these little carts wearing outfits like a Yoshi outfit or a Mario outfit going down the street. Is so hilarious. Did anybody see that?
I wanted to do that, but there was a couple people in our party that don't have driver licenses. I won't point any fingers.
Oh, you had to
Oh,
have a
what?
driver's license to do it. Oh man.
Okay,
Yeah, they're
look,
not gonna let just
I'm
non-licensed people
a passenger.
drift around Tokyo. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm like a talented Uber passenger. That's me. I don't drive, okay? Everyone shade me for that. I've been living in London literally since I was 18. You don't need a car in London. Yeah. So I think I'm never going to learn. I'm going to wait for Elon to bring out self-driving cars to the masses. And then, when I'm a mum and 35 years old, I'll get a little Cybertruck that can drive itself and the kids to school,
Wait. So you don't have a license. It's not the fact that you just don't have a license. You don't know how to drive, period, is the main thing here.
Oh, I've literally never been behind the wheel of a car.
Somebody rug this space, bro.
It is a
Fawn is a
requirement.
certified passenger princess. She's actually much more elite.
I was literally gonna say I'm gonna mint passengerprincess.eth and just gift it to you. It's deserving for life.
I really feel I deserve that.
But yeah, so I couldn't wear a Yoshi costume and drift around Tokyo because I'm the only licensed maniac on the roads out here.
Oh, but really quickly, I want to throw it to Swan. Thank you for coming up. But do you have any mysteries to solve for us with regarding the magic plates that get scanned in Japan, and anything else that we've been discussing? How are you?
I'm doing well. Big fan of just the CloneX everything in general, and I'm just kind of chasing Kuro here. So I just saw a bunch of clones on the stage. I don't know. I kind of feel out of place with my bird. I do have the Murakami shoes though, so maybe I switch my PFP to them Johns while I'm up on this stage. But I don't know. I think the plates might be color coordinated. Were they color coordinated? Did they have some colors on them? I think that might influence a little bit. But when you guys were talking about that, it reminded me of Uniqlo. You guys ever shop there? They basically you take your clothes to the checkout and just drop them in this bin, and then it immediately right away just boom totals all of your shirts, everything that you bought. It's all self checkout. You walk up, you just drop all the items into a bin, and it pulls them up, perfect total automatically within a second, calculates everything you have. That's a Japanese brand. I thought that was insane. The first time I did that, and they have them in all the stores here in America now. And so I just wanted to pop that in. That was my little 2 cents of Japanese technology going crazy. Yeah, Uniqlo. If you ever shop there, I don't know if I'm saying it right either. Like I never understand it what the proper way to say it is, but I think that that's crazy.
Yeah, the Uniqlo experience is really like super crazy. It was so convenient that like I was like, oh, why isn't this the way that it is everywhere? And you realize that everybody should be Japanese, and they should take over the world. But I think largely it is RFID. I think, yeah,
Even with the
mystery
plates.
solved. Next, yeah, with the plates as well.
Oh my God, Ava, thank you so much for solving this mystery for us.
Yeah, yeah. Next, what, Swan? Do you have any deep dark secrets that you want to reveal? It's a mystery space, but it's also like a confession space as well.
Deep dark secrets. I find it funny that it's called Dish the Dirt. You guys talking about dishes. That was pretty good. Deep dark, yo, I don't know. You might have to recycle back to me on this one. Something though. I could get spicy, like if you need me to get spicy, I can come with something.
Look, this is an unrecorded spaces, sir, so feel free to offload. This is what we do this for. It's like a therapy session for Web3.
I will have to say that the Amazon Go spaces, I don't think they're doing too well. So they're not as like popular in America. Those are cameras, I believe, a combination between cameras and RFID.
Oh, I've always wondered how that works. Are you talking about like the supermarkets?
Yeah, so you go in and then you scan in like your Amazon code or whatever, and I think you can do it through fingerprint now. And then basically you kind of put everything, the physical items into your cart, and then you just walk out with it. And it like tracks everything, like your yogurt or whatever, like you get an Amazon receipt after you leave the space. And apparently all the cameras are like behind the walls and on the ceiling and everything. But security is cool. We're not being tracked or anything. Our identities are safe.
When you said Amazon Go Spaces, I was like, they're not doing well. I'm like, Amazon Go is doing Twitter Spaces, and I'm like, why is she shitting on them so randomly right now? They only have 5 people listening. They're not
Yo,
doing
I
so
thought
well.
the same exact thing. I thought she was like comparing it to this space because y'all got the artifact in here and everything. I was like, whoa.
No,
We're not
I
trying
would
to make
never.
enemies with Amazon. We
No,
can't.
absolutely not. I am not trying to go for the mothership. The Amazon Go. What are they? Stores? Centers? Anyways, all respect. All hail Amazon. All hail cameras, RFID, security, Web3, decentralization. Happy birthday, everyone.
That's the opposite of dirt. It's like fake cleanliness. I love everyone. Everyone is great.
Don't fake cleanly virtue signal Ava. She does love everyone. Everyone is great. JKB, you trying to throw hands? I'll do it over Ava. Don't try me.
I'm here for it, rabbit hole.
I just want to say, Ava, you're really going for golden castles in the GPT universe. I think you're going to be doing well for yourself. Our technology overlords are going to have a lot of ways to bless you in the future because you speak so highly of them.
I know. I'm just trying to build an empire for the queens so that when the mothership calls us up, we will rise, we will elevate, and we're taking everyone with us. Also, I just want to survive when AI and everything comes together and, come for the cars. But the good thing is when they take over the automatic cars, the one person that'll be safe is Fawn.
Yo, I was
you won't have a car.
About to say this. Like, genuinely, I will never speak bad on AI because, like, my dream in life is to be a house cat, right? And that's not like when I was a kid, that's what I wanted to be. Like, no, now, like, when I grow up, I want to be a house cat. Like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to like bathe in the sun, like through a window. and just like have someone like feed me and like stroke me. So I think for me it's really exciting, like the AI like progression in the last couple of years, because I think for me the singularity will bring about just like us being pets, and I just can't wait for like a robot to like look after me and just tell me it's okay, and just like sit with them on the sofa as they stroke my hair. And me personally, I can't wait for it. And so I hope that they listen to this space and hear that that's what I want, and I'm not here to fight them. They can have control of the world. I'm happy to just sit on the sofa and just keep them company, you know, be a cute pet. I'm just saying.
I have two things to say to that. One, you made the idea of being a house cat very attractive, oddly. Two, aside from that, I'm surprised you're so welcoming and open and ready for the AI overlords when you're like a big fan of Black Mirror, which you should know and see how bad that can go really fast. Like, you want to be the house cat, you are going to be the house cat, but you're going to be the house cat that's going to get like mistreated and beat and not fed. Like the AIs are gonna, they can go south in Black Mirror. So I'm
No,
surprised you didn't put those two things together.
no, because Black Mirror for me is like a Disney movie. Okay. This is like, I watch it and I'm like filled with love. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this future that we're going to live in with all these robots. Like, I'm not scared of it. I'm honestly not scared of it. And I know that they're listening right now. So I just want to shout out my AI overlords. No, I'm here for it. Okay. I'm all down. So like, keep me alive. I'm just saying, you know.
Okay, now
Okay.
I'm scared of you now, just to put that out in the air.
I mean, everybody should fear Fawn. Fawn the Fearless. Fawn, fear Fawn. Fear Fawn the Fearless. If you like Black Mirror, though, I think what you should also watch, and it's sad it's not a Prime Video series, because that would do well with our Amazon overlords for me to be touting their series right now, but it's actually an Apple TV series. It's Extrapolations. I've watched the first episode, if anybody's watched it, but it's like the mood and vibes of Black Mirror, but it's about climate change and kind of like the near in future if we don't hit like the whole 2 degrees goal internationally, globally, and everything. So every episode is its own story and everything. And they just have like major leaps, but like, you know, the 2 degrees Celsius thing isn't that far out. So it's like scary enough. If you're dead inside, I feel like you would feel something. I was
Is
excited.
that Apple TV? What platform?
Yeah, Apple TV. Jon Snow is in it. He's in the first episode.
Didn't Al
His
Gore
career is
say
over
that
by
we're
the fact you
just
called him Jon Snow.
sorry?
Yo, I love Black Mirror, so I desperately need to watch this. Ava, can you put it in the little comments so that we can access it at a later date?
Later day meaning tonight? Yeah, babe.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gotcha.
And on the topic of shows, I think Ferre was talking about it, but I highly recommend starting tonight or after tonight if you watch. I need to look at it in the comments to find out what the name was again, because I forgot it already that was just recommended. But after you watch that, if you watch Beef on Netflix, it's one of the best shows, one season I've seen in a long time. It's completely ridiculous, but it's also completely a crazy realistic look at life as a human. But that's all I got. But tell me how you like it.
I loved that show. It was so good. Like everything about it. Cinematography, everything. So good.
I'll throw out my suggestion for a show, since everybody's doing that. If you haven't seen it yet, it's one of the most classic things you can ever see. You should watch Star Wars.
Boo.
I've never watched the full Star Wars movie or the full Harry Potter series. I'm literally like non-American. Yeah,
Frankie,
it's sick.
I'm your twin. Star Wars, Harry Potter. I've got like 5% completed.
Next IRL meetup, we're gonna do a movie night. just for people like us, and we're all gonna force each other to watch it, and then we can also maybe even dive into the Hobbit series because I think that people also cult over that. But
That's
my
gonna,
one,
that's gonna take a month to have that movie to watch those 3 series.
no one's gonna leave the locked room until you finish these 3 series. My show recommendation, if you like anime, is The Promised Neverland. I passed the mic to Anya and her recommendation. Also, I can't hear Anya, so if I sound like a bully, it's because I literally am just seeing if her mic is on or off, and then whenever other people laugh, I laugh, just so you know.
So sorry, I couldn't stop laughing. Recommendations, is that what I'm supposed to be giving? I have never seen Black Mirror, so I'm gonna have to trust you guys.
Oh my God, you have to watch it. It's the best. I've literally got a book that I'm looking at right now, a coffee table book, just explaining the whole series. It's incredible.
Yo, I got a second Beef. I watched it on my trip to Tokyo and back, and it was so freaking good. I turned it on with no expectations when I was prepping my gear, and just a top Netflix. See what this is, and it's definitely the best show I've watched in 2023, and probably the best show I've seen. I think the best show I watched last year, my favorite show was Severance on Apple TV. If you haven't seen Severance, but Beef definitely must watch, and they're like 30-minute episodes, so they're easy to digest. The opposite of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
We also have Zaid up here. What's your favorite show?
My favorite show is Dish to Dirt by Artifact Queens.
Now, this man has good taste.
Nah, I came up here because your space is not really living up to the name, so I wanted to ask, like, you guys are flying like all over the world, across the world. Is anybody hooking up or what? Or are you just guys meeting up and hugging?
I dished enough dirt last time we had this thing, bro. I think I went like 6 feet down with the dishing of the dirt. So I'm waiting to see how deep we go this time before I relinquish my dirt dishing.
Hey, me too, bro. I was right with you on that last one, so I feel the same way.
Bro, I was with y'all on the last one. I feel like I was overexposed, per usual. How about you answer that question, Zaid? You're a world traveler, A, an artifact man, A. How about you answer that?
Don't talk about Canada.
I just really got the host is having connection problems thing.
Perfect timing.
I am a virgin. I am a saint. All I know is how to draw.
Got real quiet.
I am also a virgin. I am also a saint. I do not know how to draw.
So, I guess no one's gonna answer that, huh?
I think you just went too hard, Zaid, which I like that. You know, I like getting straight to the point, but I think you got to ease into it. I think you got to ask a pre-question and then get into, the real tea.
If you guys are speaking about shows, I really recommend Swarm. If you guys never seen it on Amazon Prime, it's pretty fucking crazy.
That's with Billie Eilish, right?
No, it's Donald Glover's Childish Gambino's show.